we should be holding our elected officials more accountable. And we tend to write it off because we idealize them. You know, oh, well, they didn't mean it. They said it when they were young. They did it when they were young. They wrote that bill in a different time. No, hold them accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
If you and I go do anything like that, I can tell you right now, we break the law, the cops are there to hold us accountable. Somebody else breaks the law who's got higher power, they walk away. And that's not fair. We need to hold everybody to the same standards.
So I hear that libertarian thing coming out.
I would hope.
So have you always been a libertarian? Like, why did you decide to run as a libertarian?
So I was not always a libertarian. In high school, I was convinced I was a Democrat. Very convinced. And then I went to college and thought that I was a Republican. Was very convinced that I was Republican and was super like gung-ho about it. And then I moved to Texas, which at the time was a very red state. And I was like, wait a minute, I'm not Republican, because I think what I ultimately clicked for me, and it was actually a book by Judge Gray. He's a very kind man. I appreciate him endlessly, but
Libertarian icon.
He is so nice. He's such a sweetheart. I'm very fond of him, in case you can't tell. But I read one of his books, and then I realized I don't care who you marry. I don't care how many guns you own. I don't care if you have 13 dogs, as long as you're taking care of them. I don't care if you only eat Cheese Whiz. Like, it is not my life to judge you or tell you how to live. Now, I mean, I may be a little bit like questioning your life decisions if you're like licking your feet in the middle of the grocery store. Like, I may just have some questions, but I'm not here to tell you.
Has
like,
that happened lately? Is that a thing?
No,
okay.
I haven't witnessed that lately, but anymore, I just try to get in and out of the grocery store and avoid contact with basically everyone.
Yeah.
You open yourself to a whole other wormhole when you're running for office in a small town.
Yeah.
So in and out, pick up my Cheese Whiz and leave.
But in the privacy of your own home, licking your feet is cool.
I mean, you can do it wherever you want to do it, just recognizing that people may not understand and may be judgy.
We will judge.
Yeah. Everybody is a judgmental creature.
Yeah.
Everybody is. And if they say they're not, they're lying. And lying's worse than judging.
So when did you discover the L word, and when did you read Judge Gray's book?
So that was probably 2014. I read his book in 2014 and became a registered libertarian then. But it didn't really, I didn't really think anything about it. I was like, well, this is great because it also gets me off all the Republican and Democratic, phone call lists. Sweet. Because we all know those are miserable. But it wasn't until the 2016 election, and I was sitting there listening to Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton and just listening to all these things. I was like, man, I really don't agree with either of you. And Gary Johnson was there, and I was like, I really support a party that just lets people live their life. We have two things that we're supposed to be a part of, and that's the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Other than that, let me live my life. As long as I'm not harming anybody, as long as I'm not taking advantage of anybody, what does what I do affect what you do?